Well, hello, and welcome back to another video. It has been quite a long time since I've sat down and filmed a video. I wish I had a better excuse, but I've just been really busy and I just haven't been making this a priority. But today we are changing that. I want to talk about beauty, just kind of my journey with that growing up as a teenager and now a young adult. So let's just get right into it. I'm not wearing any makeup today and I have some pimples, so I really didn't want to film. But then I was like, if I'm going to be doing a video on beauty standards and how you view yourself and all that stuff, then I thought, hey, might as well just go with no makeup. So let's jump all the way back to elementary school. So I could probably do a whole video on this, but might as well just package it into one. I was very skinny growing up. I'm still really skinny. But especially in elementary school, I would get so many comments from friends and their parents, just random people, anyone and everyone, honestly, commenting about how I looked and that I had no meat on my bones, that I needed to eat a hamburger, that I looked super skinny, asked me how much I weighed, would be like, do you have an eating disorder? Like, do you eat? I don't think anyone, maybe only one person asked me directly if I had an eating disorder, but I think that was in like middle school, high school. But they would ask me if I eat or things like that. So that always was super weird. Even going to the doctor, I hated going to the doctor because I would always be questioned. And obviously it's like what they're supposed to do. But I never starved myself. I never not ate. I just had a small stomach and didn't eat that much, but I don't know. So, anywho, that was kind of how I felt about my body. I was just like, I'm so skinny. And even now, people comment on my wrists of how tiny they are. Like, I can put my whole, thumb and index finger around it. So they look at it and they're like, oh, it's like a twig. You could just snap it. And I'm like, I know I'm fragile. Please don't. So things like that. I knew other people who would get lots of comments on themselves as well. Another thing that a lot of friends would do is they'd be like, oh, there's no way you're a size 4. There's no way you're a size 2. You're definitely a 0. And it's like, no, I know my size. I know it fits me. I know it doesn't fit me. Like, I don't know. They would always be like, oh, I'm a size this. There's no way you could be a size this as well. And one, I don't like my clothes super tight because that's just super constricting and I sweat a lot. But two, it was weird. In college, I did gain weight because I was living in the dorms and eating dorm food, and that's like the first time that I think I felt normal or that people weren't constantly looking at me or commenting on my weight. I mean, they still would, but not as much, or it felt a little bit more justified to be like, hey, now I'm a lot skinnier than I was in college. And so, anywho, that's phase number 1 that continued throughout life. So people comment if you're overweight and if you're fat, and they also comment if you're underweight and you're skinny. It goes both ways. So there's that. And then middle school is when I got pimples, which no one likes. I got acne, mostly on my chin, which is where I still sometimes break out like today. On my chin, sometimes my forehead, not too much on my cheeks, but every once in a while. It would mostly be my chin is where I broke out a lot, and I would get those pus pimples that would be white, and it just looked like pus. It was so gross. And they were really hard to pop and get rid of, and you also can't cover them up with makeup. It's not like you just have some redness or something. A pus pimple is it's a pus pimple. So that was not fun. It's also when I started to get into makeup, and I was trying out so many different things. I was trying out almost every single drugstore item that I could find that helped with skin, and I did find Clean and Clear, which I stuck with for a really long time. And actually my skin started to get better with a combination of two things. One, I stopped wearing makeup as much when I stopped doing song leading, so I think that helped, just like letting my skin breathe. I started drinking more water, so that's 2. And then 3, I stopped putting so much on my skin, like so many chemicals. I just used a cleanser. I just used the normal standard Clean and Clear cleanser that you see commercials for, probably still to this day. And I used that for years. Honestly, my junior year, senior year, and then 3 years into college. So about for 5 years straight, that's all I used. I only put like the spot treatment if I was breaking out, which rarely ever happened. And so that's kind of my journey with that. I really stopped wearing a lot of makeup after song leading because I felt like there was always eyes on me when I was a cheerleader and when I was a song leader, because you're in uniform and everyone can easily spot you. You can just like blend in like a wallflower. And so that played a huge part on my image, wanting to dress nice, wanting to make sure my hair was good, and all that stuff, and wanting to care about beauty and all the standards and trends. And so that was a lot of 8th grade, freshman year, and sophomore year. And then after I stopped, I was already an upperclassman. I was like, dude, I know everyone that goes here by now. I do not care what they think of me. I'm definitely not getting a boyfriend. I'm definitely not being popular. I'm just gonna ride out high school and just do what I gotta do. I'm taking so many AP classes, I don't have time to care. And I was also growing in my faith, and so as that continued as well, I was like, I shouldn't care about beauty. And I should love myself and accept myself for the way God made me. And so, yeah, that was kind of the end of high school. And I'm going to talk about my nose. I had someone comment about my bump right here, and I had never noticed it before until she commented on it. And she like made a point of noticing it and being like, did something happen? Did you break your nose? Did you like bump it or something? Like, I never noticed this bump before. And I don't think she was trying to be mean, but I was like, oh my gosh, like, did something happen? I never noticed it before. And now I still, to this day, hate side profiles of myself because it shows the bump, and I really don't like that. And so I would never get nose surgery or a nose job, whatever you want to call it, because I hate surgeries. And I've watched a video of someone getting it done, and I'm like, not worth it, not for it. But it has crossed my mind. I was like, but maybe, and I was like, no. It has crossed my mind, no. So I do understand when these things cross people's minds of, sorry, something got caught in my throat, of like fillers or lip injections or Botox or whatever the new latest trend is for those types of things. I was just like, not about it. Like, I love myself the way I am. I don't even need to wear makeup to feel beautiful. So I'm never going to do that stuff. And I've like tossed and turned whether I'm like, oh, like it's cool for other people. I watched a really cool video today of someone who's in her 40s talking about this subject of surgery and augmenting yourself in different ways. And she said like it wasn't a sin. And I'm like, but is it maybe like an affront to God and setting you apart from him by altering yourself as his creation? I don't know. And like maybe it's the heart behind it. Like if your heart is doing it out of vanity or out of what people think of you or your own self-image, then it probably is a sin, because it's the heart of the matter that is what is driving you to do those things. And so it's just something to think about. I know some people may have, I know a lot of people say like, oh, I'm not doing this for other people, I'm doing this for myself. But I'm like, okay, there's a level of vanity in it if you're going to spend thousands of dollars to fix something about yourself. But whatever, maybe it is for you and not for other people. Can't read your mind or check your heart. But also a lot of it's really toxic. Like if you're doing a boob job or something and getting like implants, that is so toxic for you. So even just like on a toxin level, like how good it is for your body, it's so terrible, and it can cause so many problems and so many health things that can pop up in life because of it. So that's a huge reason not to do it. But yeah, beauty standards are constantly changing. Eyebrows, for example, like I feel like every year it's something different. One year it's super thin, the next year it's super full, the next year it's half thin, half full. I don't even keep up with any of that stuff. I'm just like, this is my natural shape, just fix it. That's like the one thing I do is get my eyebrows done like 3 times a year. Maybe not even 3 times a year. Yeah, probably like 2 or 3 times a year. And that's about it. And even that I've had to check myself and be like, why am I doing this? And I was like, it's okay to do little things like that. It's okay to get your nails done. It is okay to get eyelash extensions or to fix your eyebrows or to get a facial or whatnot. It's okay to do those things. Something is in my throat. Oh my goodness. I wish I had my water out here with me. My eyes are watering now and it's really hot outside. But yeah, so beauty standards are constantly changing, you know, whether it's we want a skinny waist and a big butt, or a small butt and a big waist, or I don't know, whatever it is. It's constantly changing. Every culture is different. There's no reason to fret about that stuff because, yes, there might be a beauty standard, but everyone's own inner beauty standard is so different. What I'm attracted to in a guy is going to be different than someone else. And what guys are attracted to in females is going to be different for each guy. And so just realizing that and knowing that you are made in the image of God. You are beautifully and wonderfully made. Like, if you're watching this, especially if you're a female, I know men struggle with this as well. I know they have body image issues that's not talked about. I know they can have eating disorders, trust me, I know. But especially if you're a female, like, girl, my heart is like so where you're at. If people have said mean comments about the way you look, have bullied you or teased you or whatever it is, like, I am so sorry. That's so terrible. Even putting myself out on the internet, I'm like, people could talk about literally anything. I have a pretty decent camera quality, so you can really pinpoint a lot of different things. Like, I remember when I was in high school, no, it was middle school. It was like the last year of first year of high school. It was my freshman year of high school. I remember now. They really cared about having hair on your arms. And it was like so uncool to have hair on your arms. And I was like not about to shave my arms. But I remember feeling so self-conscious. And they were talking about this one girl who did have like darker, hairier arms than I did. And they were talking about her. And I remember standing there and I was like, oh my gosh, like if I wasn't here, they could be talking about me. Is this how they feel about me? Am I disgusting? And it's just why girls are so mean. I mean, yes, guys have their own like image because of, unfortunately, pornography and the media and celebrities and television, all that stuff. Yes, men have their own like standard of what is beautiful and what is trendy, but women are so harsh to each other on so many different things. And it's like so unnecessary to be that way, and it's so sad. And so, yeah, just take a deep breath, girls. Know that you were made the way you are because God made you this way, especially if you're like a mom and you have given birth. I know that like it would be really hard for me to have like all those stretch marks and things like that after giving birth, but your body is amazing. It's incredible. You birthed a human. Like, there's nothing to be ashamed of or anything like that. And so that's all I gotta say for this video. I don't want to make it too long. It's really hot outside, but I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you guys next time. I don't know if I want to say anything else on this topic. I don't know, maybe hair, I guess. Yeah, my hair is really oily and dry on the ends, and it looks super weird, and it looks wet sometimes, and I'm like, dude, I don't even care. I don't even care. And I think when you get to a point where you just like feel confident because you know who you are in the Lord, it's like offensive when someone says something to you or makes a comment that's like contrary to like how you live and view your life. And you're like, what? Girl, bye. Okay, I'm gonna go now, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hi, welcome back. Hopefully I won't be gone for like 2 weeks. And I'll see you guys very soon. And I'm really looking forward to the summer, and I'll do an update video soon as well when I have things to update you on. I do have a lot of things to update you on, but when I have some more things to update you on. So, bye. Okay, I'm gonna get up now because I'm just rambling, and you know I like to ramble. It's been a while since I've talked to you. I had a lot to say.